Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to be on my Lifan, well, my wife's Lifan KPV 150 scooter. I just pulled it out of the garage. I haven't started it yet. I had to put a new sticker on it because it expired in March. I had it, I just didn't put it on yet. So now we're legal. The last time I rode it, it wasn't legal. Well, it technically was because I had the sticker. Look at that, fires right up. I did not fire it up, it was still cold. So, let it warm up just a little bit, and then we'll take off. According to the clock there, it says it's 7:13 a.m. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing here in just a minute. I wonder if I ought to adjust that windscreen just a little bit. I don't know if that's all the way up, down, or it's a little bit dirty, I know that. I'm going to try with it down a little bit. Try that. Alright, let's go ahead and take off. Hopefully everybody can hear me fine because I moved my microphone. I thought I'm going to try a different location. Because I thought, well, it's possible that in the spot I had it was getting too much wind noise. I have not liked the sound I've been getting out of my videos. Sounds like it's had an awful lot of wind noise to me, so thought I'd move it, see what happens. It's definitely probably going to be harder to pick up my voice. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. My shield's fogging up. It's chilly this morning. I think it's not even 50 yet. I think it's 47. See how much fuel I got. I'm down 1 bar from riding the other day. So, okay, what I'm going to be doing today is, well, let me get some gas first, then I'll tell you. Now, I always put premium gas in this, but because of the direction I'm going, I don't want to go out of my way to get gas. I'm going to be putting 87 octane in it just to top it off, so don't yell at me. Whenever I get back, I'll fill it with premium. Should have wore some different gloves. I know that it's chilly. If I remember how to do this. Okay, gotta go to the right, push down, then turn. I got it. When I first got this bike, I thought, how in the heck do you open that door for that fuel tank? Take this cap off. You know, I haven't even fueled this thing up very much. Whoa. That's all the way up. See how much it took. Look how much that took. 0.71. I rode this thing all over the other day. This thing's incredible. I probably could have made my ride today and not even had to worry about it. Cost me $2.25 to ride as much as I rode the other day. This thing has got to be cheaper than an electric bike as far as its cost. 'cause it goes a long way on a fill up. Now let's take off here. Okay, what we're doing today, I get asked occasionally, you know, I ride this thing around town quite a bit, and it does really good. I've been asked, how does it do for a long distance ride? And, well, I would think it does well, but I've never really gone long distance on it. So today, we're going to fix that. And I'm going to take a long ride on the scooter. See how well it does. I'm pretty confident it'll be fine. Boy, my hands are cold. Darn it. The rest of me feels fine. I got quite a bit of clothes on, but my hands are cold. Oh well, they'll go numb here shortly. But anyway, I had told you before that I may take this up to the lake and try it out. If it makes it up there fine and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and go this morning. This is a Saturday morning. Early kind of. So it's about 50 miles or so. Maybe a little more, I don't know. So I'll be going probably about 150 miles today total. I'll ride up there and I'll probably ride around a little bit and come back. Just pull this mirror in just a little bit so I can see people behind me. Hopefully I won't hold up traffic too much. There's no way I'm going to get on the interstate. I'm going to be taking highways all the way there. So I'll be doing a lot of 60, 65 areas, somewhere in that area. Anywhere from 55 to 65, whatever the top speed on this is. I think top speed's somewhere around 65 or so. The scooter still got the stay bill in the tank from winter time. I haven't even ran the tank of gas out yet, so I'm hoping it does okay. I think it will. That stay bill usually doesn't hurt anything. On these lower horsepower bikes, a lot of times, because you're using so much of the horsepower, you'll be able to hear a little bit of cutting out on the higher end sometimes. It's got too much stay bill in it. Up here without having a line of cars behind me. This is a 2-lane highway, so if it gets too bad, I'll pull over. On the speedometer, I'm doing 69. And the speedometer's off 7. I've established that already, so about 62. What I'm doing is 55 highway. All the way there, the way I'm going. I'll probably, I don't know which way I'm going to go for sure. There's 2 ways that I could go. I'm not sure which route I'm going to take yet. I'll probably take one route there and a different route on the way back. But there There's other lakes around here I could go to, but I like this lake. You can't even hear the bike running, can you? Boy, this thing's so quiet. Normally I have earplugs in. I have some in my pocket and I forgot to put them in. I hate that. Another good thing about testing out long distance riding is I can see how the seat feels after being on it for that much longer. Other than it being automatic, it just feels like I'm on a regular motorcycle. I had a KP Mini, a Lifan KP Mini 150, which is the same CC as this engine. But I think that engine was a little bit fast, or that bike was just a little bit faster than what this one is. Not a whole lot, but a little bit, as far as top end goes. This is going to be probably about an hour or a little more ride up there. And I want to get some footage of both there and back, so I'm going to have to be shutting the camera off in between, I think. Tractor trailer. Through one of the small little towns. I'll probably turn the camera on more in the small towns, so you could probably hear me better than what I would be if I was traveling down the highway 65 miles an hour. I must be doing pretty good. I don't have any cars behind me. There's a lot of farmers markets that's been going on lately. My wife just came back from one the other day. She was a little bit upset yesterday. She went to get her hair done and have it colored, and it wasn't exactly the color she wanted. But it'll wash out or wear out over time. Been doing a lot of work around the house. I probably should have filmed it. I had my front concrete porch that has the 3 pillars on it was sinking, and it had dropped down in the front like 5 inches. So I contacted a company to come out and lift it, Well, I got two different bids. One was for the mud jacking or whatever they call it. It wasn't actually mud, it's like a poly something or another, like foam. And $4,000 to do that. And then I had my son-in-law and his partner offered to rip out all the old concrete, put in new concrete, and fix everything for $3,300. And we were going to go that route, but I thought, you know, it's a nice piece of concrete and I hate to waste it. Let me see if I can fix it. So I dug underneath of it and I put 3 jacks underneath of it, 3 floor jacks. I jacked that thing up. I got it up to 5 inches high, and I went to the junkyard actually, bought some scissor jacks, put underneath of it to keep it held up. And then I shoved blocks under it. I've got had a bunch of granite blocks, and I put those underneath of it to help hold it. Stuffed it full of sand and pea gravel and rock and as much stuff as I could get underneath of it, and then put dirt around it. I think it looks pretty good. I had to put an asphalt patch right next to my driveway because it was 4 inches higher right there at my driveway. So got it all done though. Looks good. Wife's happy. Mama's happy. We're all happy, I guess. There's a small little lake over there. Back in there, that was where that lake's at. I did my very first review on my Lifan KPV 200, the bike that started my channel. So I thought that when I do my review on my KPT 400, I'm going to go back there and do it in the same location. I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing to do. I've been traveling down this road for quite a way, and it's doing real good. I've been running 8,000 to 9,000 RPM all the way up here. Running 67, 68, something like that. This must have a rev limiter on it, because once I get to 70, 71, it kind of starts slowing down on me. I guess it's preventing me from over revving it. I haven't had any cars behind me. I haven't been holding anybody up, so that's been good. At 67, 68, I'd be doing 60, 61 GPS speed. That's plenty good enough on a 55 highway. I really like the dash on this. You know, these LED displays are a little bit difficult to see in the sunlight, but I like the way that it's all kind of printed out there. Makes it easy to read and everything, especially at night. It's beautiful at night. why the price of gas is staying up so high. A barrel of oil is below $60 a barrel. I would think that it would be a lot cheaper. Of course, the taxes here in Illinois is kind of high. Kind of a cool place up here that milks cows, and they have fresh ice cream in there. Me and the wife stopped in there and got some fresh milk and fresh ice cream, and it's pretty good. Place is right up here on the left. Right over there. It's called the Milk House. Well, I'm going to be selling one of my motorcycles. I've actually got a buyer for it. I'm going to be doing a video on that one because that's going to be my last ride on the bike. You want me to tell you what it is, which one it is, or you want me to leave you in suspense? I think I'll leave you in suspense for a little bit. I'll just give you a hint, it's not my KPT 400. Yeah, we're getting close to the interstate now. See the restaurants and the hotels, gas stations. Getting close to the lake. That highway that I was just on was a pretty long highway. I was on it steady for a little bit. And the KPV 150 did great. That's a big hole. I try to soften up this suspension. I think especially the rear needs a little softening. I may even try to put some lighter weight oil in the front forks. I think I need to soften it up just a little bit. It does good for the most part, but man, some of them big bumps are just torturous. Looks like I made it. This is my turn. Whoa. That was a fun ride. Looking forward to getting back in here. Hopefully it's not too windy, where the lake's nice and flat. I like it like that. Being Saturday, there'll probably be people out fishing this morning. See what kind of oddities we could find in the park today. I rode this scooter all around up here when we go camping. There's a bunch of roads way back in there, and man, I don't know where they go, and I got lost. I went back in there. I wasn't even paying attention to the road signs, and I had to pull out my phone with GPS to get me back to the campground, because man, I was way back there. I don't even know where I was at. I was just taking those back country roads, exploring a little bit. Yeah, this little bit of overflow pond, or whatever you want to call it, backwater. It's still high. It's not as high as it was the last time I was up here, but it's still pretty high. Boy, we have been getting constant rain. We may get a day or two of nice weather, but that rain is just constant. I think today and tomorrow is supposed to be nice, and then it's supposed to start raining again Monday. There's Smokey Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. A lot of you younger guys probably never even seen that commercial. If you're an old coot like myself, then you know what I'm talking about. You know the commercial. Boy, this old age came fast, you know. Seems like I was just a kid yesterday. You younger people, if you're watching, man, just enjoy the time you have. It goes quickly. We're going to be up here camping here pretty soon. After I get back from the Tail of the Dragon ride. You guys are probably sick of hearing about that, but I'm looking forward to it. I've been preparing for it. Look at that baby deer. That wasn't exactly a baby deer, it's probably a yearling. Spots were gone. Don't look like too many campers. There's some, but it doesn't look like a lot. Back in this area, back in here, is like the premium spots. It's always full back there. Farthest back you could go on these RV spots. Those are nice. We never have. I think one time we got one of those spots, just once. But they're hard to get. You got to book them well in advance. They book up quickly. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. That's the sailboat marina back in there. I don't think I've ever pointed that out, but a lot of sailboats in this place. Normally I park over there by the outhouse because I have to go as soon as I get here, but you know, I didn't have my iced tea this morning. That's going to be my next stop probably. Oh, I wanted to show you this before I get off of it. Open my visor. I left at 7:13. Let me see if you can see that. I left at 7:13. It's now 8:20, so it took a little over an hour and 7 minutes to get here. As you can see, I've only dropped 1 bar of fuel and all of that riding, and that's riding with almost full throttle, 8,000 to 9,000 RPM. So I'm gonna go out here to the lake and I'm gonna get off the bike here. And I'm gonna have to change my battery. My battery looks like it's getting a little bit weak. So I've got a couple in the bottom of my seat here that I brought with me. So I'll grab one of these. I like to kind of slow walk up here because sometimes you'll see some little critters or snakes or whatever. I like to see the wildlife as long as it doesn't attack me. Can't run like I used to. Yeah, it's a little choppy. We always have wind anymore. Boy, wind and rain. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go over here to this table. I'm gonna change my battery. Alright, I'm back. I got my battery changed. Well, I got helmet hair, so don't worry about my hair. Oh man, I just like to come up here and kind of reflect. I love being out like this when there's nobody else around. Don't get me wrong, I love people. You know, I love my family and friends and neighbors and co-workers and all that kind of stuff, but there's just nothing like just, you know, getting out by yourself and reflecting a little bit and just enjoying the peace. You know, we need that. We get away from that too much. You know, we're too involved with the media. You know, we're always on our cell phones. We're always watching television, always on the computers. You know, we're always interacting with other people. We don't get out and just enjoy life very often. And there's just something wonderful about the solitude of getting out and just enjoying the quiet, you know. I wish my hearing was a little better, like it used to be when I was younger, where I could hear, you know, the birds singing and, you know, the squirrels chirping and all the other sounds. I can hear some things, but not like I used to. You know, life's taken its toll on my hearing. So, but, you know, I just enjoy this so much. It kind of is like recharging your batteries, you know, because, you know, you get so drained with the things that you do. You give and you give and you give and you give to the people around you, your work and everything else, and it just drains you. And you need to recharge your batteries. You know, it makes you stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually. So it's something that's important to do. I do it a lot anymore. As the older I get, the more I'm doing it. I guess because I have more availability, more time. But even if you're younger, just take the time. Take the time to get out on your own and just enjoy a little bit of peace. You know, if you have any woods by you where you can get out and walk in the woods, that is so relaxing, so wonderful. I love to go out in the woods and just explore and stuff. There's a couple spots that I go to. Maybe I'll take you to one of them and we'll walk through the woods and I'll show you some of the things that I look at and enjoy about it. But you ought to do that sometime. So anyway, I'm just going to sit here and reflect a little bit, and then we're going to get back out on the bike and go for a ride. Probably go to breakfast. I'm getting kind of hungry. It's a little after 8, like I said. So we'll see what comes up. All right, as you can see, here at McDonald's, just finished eating breakfast. So Get ready to take off here again. Well, it's getting busy here. A lot of people coming for breakfast. I like my iced tea. That young guy there, I waved to him with his little boy. He was asking me, he stopped in and asked me about this scooter. Thought it looked really cool. I want to know where I got it from, how much was it, and how I liked it, and all that kind of stuff. I get that occasionally, actually quite a bit. Not just on the scooter, but on all my bikes. Okay, so we're heading back home. It's getting a lot more traffic out because it's getting later in the day. What time is it now? Whoop, got my turn signal on. 10:07. I'm going to take a little bit different route on the way home. Alright, earlier in the video I had talked about I have a bike that I'm going to sell, and I made you wait all this time. Actually, I forgot. So I'll just share with you right now what bike I have for sale. I'm selling my Yamaha FJR 1300. Actually, it's sold, and I got a deposit on it. A guy's coming from quite a distance to get it, and I'm going to ride it about halfway, meet him, help him out a little bit, and that's going to happen after I get back from the Tail of the Dragon. And if you're wondering why I'm selling it, well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one is I have the KPT 400 right now, and it does really well riding on the highway, and it's lighter, you know, it's easier to ride. The FJR is kind of a heavy bike. It's great in every way, don't get me wrong, it's a wonderful motorcycle. It's just a little heavy, and the KPT 400 I think does well enough for me, and it's lighter, easier to ride, so I prefer that, and I don't really need both. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the FJR, but the main reason why I'm selling it is I'm going to use that money, I'm going to invest it into the channel. What I mean by that is I'm going to be looking for fixer-upper motorcycles, something that might need a little work, it's not running, or it might even be a running motorcycle, who knows, you know, that just might need a little work here or there, and I might keep it for a little while and sell it and hopefully make a profit, and just kind of keep doing that, and that way I'll have a little bit of different content on different motorcycles as I go along. Well, here I am. I made it back home to my hometown. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little review on it, and park up here. Well, see, there's the gas station where I filled up at, and as you can see, I've only got 2 bars off of the gas gauge, and I've gone almost 148 miles, I think it is, something like that, close to 150 miles. And whenever I filled it up back there when I left, it took, I think it was 0.71, so let's just say 3/4 of a gallon. And now I'm down 2 bars, so I don't know how much of that bar of gas is taken. So let's just go on the high end. Let's say that it took a gallon and a half. That's 2 bars at 3/4 per bar. A gallon and a half is going to be about 75 miles per gallon. Now you have to figure I was running 8,000 to 9,000 RPM the whole time, so that's pretty good, I think. Alright, I'm going up here to the school and I'm going to give you a small review on my long ride and my thoughts about it. So I gotta stop. Hit a complete stop. Alright, hopefully there's nobody here. Shouldn't be, it's on a Saturday. It's where my wife came up to do her practice riding at. Alright, let me put it on its center stand. Shut it off. Alright, now I've done, I'll open my shield up a little bit. Alright, now I've talked about, alright, I've done a review on this I think before, but I've never done a long ride like that, and definitely not a long ride review. So let me tell you some things I discovered about the bike on this long ride. Number one would be that the fuel economy went down, because whenever I was riding in town and local, even on some highways, I was getting about in the 90s somewhere close to 100 miles per gallon. But as I rode, every road except for going through towns were 55 mile per hour, and I was going, according to the speedometer, I was maintaining 67 to 68 mile per hour. And since the speedometer's off about 7, I'm doing about 61, probably 62 miles per hour, cruising down the highway the whole time at 8 and 9,000 RPM, which is going to make it use more gas. So I'm estimating 75 miles per gallon riding on the highway straight, and I think that's awesome. And as far as the wind, I think the shield helps quite a bit. It's not as good as some of my bigger bikes, but it does help block some of the wind, and it does have some bugs on it, so it helps with that as well. I put it down on the low position because I think it messes up my audio on my GoPro whenever it's up a little higher. I don't know why. I think maybe because it kind of comes back this way a little bit more when it comes up. I'm not sure. The seat feels comfortable still, even on long rides. It does feel like it has a little bit of a forward lean a little bit on the seat, but it does feel comfortable. My butt doesn't hurt, and I've been riding, oh, what time is it? It's after 10 o'clock right now, and I left at 7:13, I think it was. So I've been riding for several hours. I think it's closer to 11 actually, so close to 4 hours I've been riding. And I did stop for breakfast. I did stop at Walmart and things like that, and at the lake a little bit, but I did a lot of riding today. And one thing I can tell you about the bike is it does fantastic. And one thing I did discover about it on this long ride that I didn't really know was it does have a rev limiter. 70 miles per hour was as far as it would go before the rev limiter kicked in, and I was doing 9,000 RPM. So I guess 9,000 RPM is the limit. It's got a 10,000 RPM red line, but I guess maybe if it's in the ECU, it's a possibility that after it gets 1,000 miles on it, where they consider that fully broke in, that the rev limiter will release and you can go a little bit higher. I don't know that for a fact. I'll have to let you know that later. But as of right now, 70 mile per hour on the speedometer is as fast as it will go. I've seen it 71, but let's just say 71. That'll get you 64 miles per hour right now as a top speed. And the bike is just so smooth and comfortable. The suspension's a little stiff. Some of those bumps on that road was really rough, and I think it needs a little bit of adjustment on that, and I'm probably going to take care of that. Maybe drop the oil in the forks and put a little lighter weight in the front forks and adjust the rear spring a little bit softer, and I'll probably take care of that in another video. But anyway, I just want to give this bike a thumbs up for long distance riding, because I know I've been asked this several times, you know, if the bike will make it for a long distance. And I'm telling you, I think that if there's 55 highways around that you can travel, say you have to go to work and you got an hour drive, and as long as you don't have to get on the interstate, I think this scooter is going to be just fine. I didn't have any issues, didn't have any cars backed up behind me because I was going too slow or anything like that. 55, like I say, is the speed limit. I was maintaining 63, 64 the whole way there and back, so even the wind didn't deter me. So I think this scooter does really good. So if you're wondering about that and it was a concern to you, well, now you know. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you guys riding along with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's important to my channel. Leave me a comment too. I really enjoy listening and reading your comments and chatting with you guys. So anyway, I'll see you later.